This month on The Card Life, presented by Loupe.
I wasn't seeing a whole lot of consistency. Got down the rabbit hole far enough that we're like, all right, let's do it.
Everything that has went crowdsourcing, everyone said it wasn't going to work, and every one of them has worked.
Ooh, oh my gosh. I got goosebumps from that. This is what cards do to me. Welcome once again to The Card Life, presented by Loupe. I'm your host, Matt Strahm. This month, we're in the city a lot of major players in the sports card hobby call home, Dallas, Texas. In the 1990s, card companies Donruss and Pinnacle operated out of the Rogers Tower in downtown Dallas. Today, hobby powerhouses Panini, Leaf, and Beckett all call Dallas home. This month we'll profile two new players in the world of sports cards, both with the innovative approach in determining the condition and value of cards. I'll also hunt for some Texas basketball legends in my sportscards.com break. Let's start things off in the suburb of Dallas here in Grapevine, where Forensic Card Grading takes us behind the scene to show us their process.
We came to market in July of 2021. We put out a couple of videos showing the process, some of the stuff that we're going to show you guys today, and basically caught on pretty good with collectors and hobbyists, and we've been chugging along ever since.
What made you want to get into the grading world?
So I've been collecting for years, 20 plus years, 30, long time, but we wanted to bring affordable, accurate grading to the hobby, and just getting it done right and getting it done quick and at a reasonable price.
So like the thought behind starting a grading company, like all your cards are backloaded and you're like, hey, I want my own grading company, or like where's the start of that?
As a part of it, so I'm a fairly big baseball collector. I got a fair amount of cards. I always looked at my cards personally with different tools and stuff like that. And I wasn't seeing a whole lot of consistency with what I was getting back.
Right.
And I started to look into the different tools and what we could do to kind of get this started, and got down the rabbit hole far enough that we're like, all right, let's do it.
What is the process of the last 5 or 6 months been then? Has it been overwhelming? Do you guys what is
the first 30 days? First 30 days was overwhelming. I'm not going to lie to you. The most important thing to me as a collector myself was to be as transparent as possible with regard to how we are doing things. So we showed the equipment, we showed exactly how the grades are done, criteria and all that stuff. So it was the most important thing to me, was to show everybody what we're doing. And then as you'll see, we also have our grading sheets that we send out to clients. So if you get a subgrade of 9 or lower, you know exactly why you got it. Full breakdown of notes and all that good stuff. Everything just transparent, wide open.
We'll go through the card grading process with Matt right after this.
Edge looks extremely clean. I don't see no issues. So on edges right now, I'm sitting at a 10.
Why bother with empty shelves at retail stores, waiting 3 days for a break to fill, or driving across town to find out your hobby shop closed at 4 when you always have a card show in your pocket? With Loupe, you can instantly buy cards, packs, boxes, or into auctions with the click of a button, and do it all while chatting with some of the best personalities and the best community in the hobby. Download the Loupe app now on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Loupe is proud to be the presenting sponsor of The Card Life. Here are some of the best break hits from the last month.
Oh my gosh, right off of the top. Let's go. Tiger Woods 10 of 25.
Trevor Lawrence! Trevor Lawrence, Ruby Red RPA! Wiggins! Wow. Bam!
Join the Loupe community now by downloading the app on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Victor's going to walk us through the grading of a card, just kind of give you an idea of the equipment that we're working with. We've got the overhead magnifying lamp, we've got the microscope, and then obviously the screen. You'll see the ruler, which we use for the centering grade. We're not just eyeballing it, we're centered, we're measuring the actual cards in the penny sleeve within 1/10 of a millimeter. So we're really trying to limit the amount of subjectivity that goes into the grading of each card and each aspect of the card.
So what do we got? Mike Trout, rookie card, right?
Yep. We got Mike Trout.
So now you're just wiping it with a cloth?
Mm-hmm. Make sure I'm, knocking off any dust, any smudges that may have been left there by somebody else. Obviously, I don't want to knock down a grid on the surface if it's not truly there. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is check out the corners. So I'm going to run it around. All right, that looks pretty good. So 10. It's also pretty sharp as well too. It's a 10 corner. That looks good as well, 10. Okay, now that one right there, we definitely got some rounding right there. So when I do see damage, what I want to do is take it up under the light to make sure that it's actually there and we're not overlooking anything. And there's definitely rounding. And I always like to go to the back of the card as well too, to make sure I'm not overlooking anything. So right now, where I'm sitting at with that rounding, I'm at a 9.5 for the corner. So corners, 9.5. Next, I'm gonna run the edges. What I'm looking for is fraying, dents, any unevenness, any damage, any pilling. Same thing, flip it over, running the edges. And I like using this because it gives me more of a natural light. And that's what you want to do, is you want to play with the lighting with that and go with this as well too, because that can make a big difference. Edge looks extremely clean. I don't see no issues. So on edges right now, I'm sitting at a 10 for the edges. Next, we're gonna run through the surface. Now for surface, I like to go edge to edge, all the way from the left to the right, okay? And just work my way down. And what I do is I play with the card on the pad like this, because if there's any imperfections or any dents, it'll catch it. It'll start shining. This part, I definitely take my time as far as the surface. I do see a little smudge here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my microfiber and just give it a nice little wipe to make sure it's just something that maybe really not there. And as you can see, there you go. The imperfection that I do see back here is we do have a little dent on the back right there. Okay, it's not major, it's very minor. I'm on the fence between a 9 and a 5 to be honest, but since it is, you can see it, I'm gonna have to go with a 9 on this one. If you pick it up and you're like, oh, there's a dent, you have to go with a 9. So surface, I'm at a 9. Then what I'm gonna do is put the card back in the penny sleeve, which earlier, if you guys didn't notice, I cut the corner of the penny sleeve. That really do help protect the corner from nicking when you put it back in. Because we do want to send the card back in the same condition that we got it. That's most important. I'm gonna start on the sides first. All right, gonna go right up to that edge right there, right at 30. Okay, can you guys see that? All right, now I'm gonna shoot over to this side and get the top side to side as well too. All right, so this one we're sitting at 32, 33. And then I measure the size of the top to bottom as well too. 30, 32, okay?
What is a 10?
So the scale works like this. So you've got a 3%, up to a 3% variance would be a 10, right? Up to a 7% variance, 9.5. Up to about a 15% variance, you can get away with a 9, and then it goes from there.
Yeah, so it was actually 32 by 30, which is gonna fall in that 9.5 range.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I'm looking for on the back is the ratio. If I'm looking to make sure that the ratio is not an 80-20 ratio. Everything looks pretty spot on, right? Nothing too crazy. So the centering stands at a 9.5. And with the 9 surface, 9.5 corner, 10 edge, 9.5 center, that is gonna be a 9.5 gem mint.
What's the next step for that card then?
So from here, it goes over to our labeling department. The labeling department's gonna get everything keyed in. QC appropriately label the type of the card, the player's name, enter the grades, the set name, and all that good stuff. And then from there it goes to printing. And then as soon as we get the labels back, we're slabbing and shipping. Cards are coming home.
Awesome.
Whether you're a longtime collector or just started investing in the hobby, Cardbase is the premier app to effortlessly manage and monitor your sports card collection. Access our daily updated database of millions of cards, create watch lists, track your portfolio, or watch trends in specific card markets, including the hottest cards in every sport. Stay on top of the sports card market with Cardbase. Download the app now on iOS and Android or on the web at getcardbase.com.
At a very young age, Jeremy Allen was already a hobby entrepreneur hosting a card shop at the Fort Worth Flea Market starting in 1993. 28 years later, he's still involved in the hobby through the Collectors League, which is a consulting firm for companies in the sports card hobby.
It's fun to be in an industry where people are having fun on their off time. It's not like a lot of industries you're in. And there's a lot of opportunity to fix things. There's a lot of opportunity for growth and new technologies, and it's exciting and all the new energy.
One of the companies Jeremy works with is Cardscore. They've taken an innovative and completely new approach to grading cards, doing it through crowdsourcing. Not only can collectors grade their cards through Cardscore, but become graders themselves. Cardscore kiosks now exist in card shop locations across the country, with SMP Sports Cards in Grapevine having the second one ever placed in July of 2021. Jeremy met me at the shop to explain how it all works.
But the kiosk itself is pretty much a regular scanner, and we have some proprietary technologies that allow the cards not to be manipulated, but you'll be able to score these cards, scan the front, scan the back, it goes up to the cloud, and we'll have 50 to 100 people review your card and give you scores.
Cloud's a great thing, man.
So, and we're doing subs, so we're centering, corners, all the standard stuff, and you'll get an overall score on a 1 to 100.
Alrighty.
So you would line them all up like this.
Okay.
This
Scan the QR code.
This
gotcha.
QR code basically tells your app that you're at this store. We're using this scanner.
Okay.
So when you scan this, it's going to say, all right. And then when I push scan, it'll actually, through the internet, come down here and say, go.
Gotcha.
And it'll scan it back and front. Then I would take all these and flip them all over and do it again.
Do they send it off to be cased? Do you guys send it to them to be cased? How does that work?
So the card never leaves your hand.
Okay.
So you always have the card. So that's one thing. You don't have to put it in the mail and trust it with some other people.
Yep.
You have a couple of different options. So if you just want to have the score and get a digital version of the score, it's $10.
Okay.
A couple of days, you'll get an email notice and you'll be able to look at the score online.
Okay.
And some people are using that information to decide whether they want to submit some higher end cards to professional grading companies.
Gotcha.
But for an additional $6, if you're not going to submit that card and maybe it's going into your private collection or you want to store it a different way, you'll get a one-touch, you'll get a certificate, and an actual sticker that you can put on there that'll have the scores and all that stuff.
Okay, sweet. As far as the scoring of the cards, you said you have 50 to 100 graders per card?
Correct.
And who is it that is grading that then?
There are the collectors, so you can actually go on to the app and sign up. When you sign up for the app, and you have the ability as a collector to score. I think there's 7,000 people right now that are currently doing that. And, obviously we're going to get different levels of people looking at the cards and having different grades on it. So we do take out outliers, people that grade too fast or pick all the same grades. So over time, we're actually scoring the scores as well to dial that in.
And then do you guys have like a rough idea of what is, say, a PSA 10? Like what number?
From a couple of the card shops that have been submitting and some people we know, we've seen like a 92 kind of go half and half.
Okay.
94s, we're getting back lots of 10s.
Okay.
Everything that has went crowdsourcing, everyone said it wasn't going to work, and every one of them has worked.
Nice.
From Uber to Airbnb to all of them. So where does it fit in the hobby? I don't know, but I know that a version of this will continue to grow and it will only get better over time. And especially when there's AI and machine learning, this stuff only gets smarter with every scan that you put in there, and the team gets bigger, and it just gets bigger and bigger.
Right on. When we come back, 3 great boxes in this month's SportsCards.com break.
Why bother with empty shelves at retail stores, waiting 3 days for a break to fill, or driving across town to find out your hobby shop closed at 4 when you always have a card show in your pocket? With Loupe, you can instantly buy cards, packs, boxes, or into auctions with the click of a button, and do it all while chatting with some of the best personalities and the best community in the hobby. Download the Loupe app now on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
This is for every girl who hears people say she won't make it, but refuses to listen. For every girl who thinks not about what she has to lose, but about what she has to gain. This is for every girl who doesn't look like everyone who's come before, but may look like those who will follow. This is for every diamond in the sky. This is for every girl.
In both racing and investing, winning demands consistency. Lap after lap after lap. Gainbridge offers intuitive annuity products within an innovative digital platform to help you protect and grow your money, empowering you to save with confidence. Gainbridge, proud sponsor of the Indianapolis 500.
Whether you're a long-time collector or just started investing in the hobby, Cardbase is the premier app to effortlessly manage and monitor your sports card collection. Access our daily updated database of millions of cards, create watch lists, track your portfolio, or watch trends in specific card markets, including the hottest cards in every sport. Stay on top of the sports card market with Cardbase. Download the app now on iOS and Android or on the web at getcardbase.com.
SportsCards.com is the official sponsor and online store of The Card Life and supplier of the packs and boxes I rip every month. Thank you to SportsCards.com again for this another break here, and this time we're going to start off a 97-98 Topps NBA looking for Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady. So here in Texas, gotta look for some Texas legends. And then the first edition Topps Series 2. So looking for Justin Verlander, hopefully get one of those first edition marks on one of his rookie cards. But without any more, let's get into it. There's a Tracy McGrady. Sweet. Derek Anderson. There we go. Tim Duncan. Sick. Got both of what we're looking for. Dennis Scott won't let go of them. And I don't feel, that's like stuck. Oh. Oh no. Okay, here we go. I think we're good. We made it. We'll put it in the sleeve. Okay, let's look up Tim Duncan's rookie card here on Cardbase. Well, we got our third Tracy McGrady. Michael Jordan. It's never a bad guy to pull. Rodman, Robinson, and Jordan all in the same picture of the card. There's another Tim Duncan. That one looks a little off-centered compared to the first one. Davis. There's another, ooh. You see that? This is the minted Kobe. Oh my God. I just got chills. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to take off Tony Kukoc off the back. Oh my gosh. I got goosebumps from that. This is what cards do to me. Oh my goodness. That was awesome. That is so sick. Then we got 4 Chauncey Billups, a couple more Michael Jordans, 3 Tracy McGrady's, 4 Kobe Bryants, 3 Tim Duncan rookie cards, then a die cut of Dennis Rodman, 83-87 generations. Antonio Daniels mint stamp, and then the hit of the day, the Kobe Bryant Basketball Hall of Fame mint stamp. we go. Justin Verlander hunting. There we go. 2005 first edition Justin Verlander. Draft pick. Look at that young buck. That's a cool card with the first edition stamp. Joe Mauer Rookie Cup. That is a really cool card. First edition Mauer Rookie Cup and a postseason highlights Red Sox win World Series. The curse is broken. Alrighty, well, we got our Verlander, so that's cool. And this Joe Mauer Rookie Cup is really cool too.
SportsCards.com is the official online store of the Card Life. Check your local card retailer for their new Jersey Fusion product, which includes a special Card Life edition featuring Matt.
Why bother with empty shelves at retail stores, waiting 3 days for a break to fill, or driving across town to find out your hobby shop closed at 4 when you always have a card show in your pocket? With Loupe, you can instantly buy cards, packs, boxes, or into auctions with the click of a button, and do it all while chatting with some of the best personalities and the best community in the hobby. Download the Loupe app now on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Loupe is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Card Life. Here are some of the best break hits from the last month.
That just happened. That literally just happened. I am so blown away. Out of 49, oh my gosh. Luka Doncic auto.
Join the Loupe community now by downloading the app on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
I'm Sean Pierce, owner of SMP Sports Cards in Grapevine, Texas. We're a shop that my dad started back in 1989. I started in the back of a gas station in Southlake. We moved to Grapevine in 2007 and slowly progressed into this nice shop we have now in Grapevine, which we recently expanded and doing big things over here. We started collecting cards when I was in 4th grade. It all started with, I came home from school one day with a Wade Boggs 1983 Fleer that I had traded a carton of milk for to a kid in the lunchroom. I got home, I showed my dad, I was like, hey Dad, look what I got, man. He's like, what is that? And he starts doing a little research. He's like, man, that thing's worth like $25. He's like, here's $5, go get you 2 cartons of milk and see what you can get. Kind of started from there, and we just collected together. We would do local shows together, go visit all the local hobby shops, and been rolling ever since.
So we got an Adley Rushman Bowman Chrome Refractor here.
You definitely want to glove up first.
Glove up. Come on. I'm anti-glove up. All those breakers that put their gloves on. I'm like, yeah.
This is how you keep
But I guess it's not
this is how
my
you prevent
card.
smudges
You're
from happening.
You're right. See, usually they're all my cards, so my fingerprints are welcome. What's the trick to wiping? Not to the corners or what?
Exactly. You always want to wipe out. There you go. Especially when you get to the corner, you always want to wipe outwards. So that way you don't nick the corner. All right.
Everything's a 10 in my eyes. Right. I'd say that was pretty sharp. I'd call it a 10.
Okay.
The edges on these I think would be tricky with how it looks all. I'd call that a 10 too.
I'm inclined to be at 9.5, to be honest with you. You can see some of the corners are starting to wear slightly.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd say you're right. You've probably done this a few times, huh?
I just pick one spot and just follow it the whole way.
And then rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's consistent with wear and damage. Mm-hmm. You're going to be in the 8.5 range on the edge on some. Print defects, things like print lines versus a scratch, we're not going to hit as hard for a print line, for example, versus a scratch on the card.
Gotcha.
Depending on aesthetically what the print line looks like, that's going to determine whether we adjust at all or how much we have to adjust.
So surface, would you give it a 9.5 then?
9.5. Yep. I would be at 9.5 all day long.
Now you guys are gonna make me go home and do this to all my cards. My wife is gonna hate you guys.